In southern New Mexico, this is the award-winning KRWG-TV News 22, where news matters.
Good evening, everyone. I'm Victor Fierro.
And I'm Jenny Hazlett. The Biden administration is planning more construction on the border wall, and they want to waive more than 24 laws to do it. Homeland Security Secretary Alejandro Mayorkas says bypassing the laws is necessary because the area in the Rio Grande Valley along the U.S.-Mexico border is an area of high illegal entry. Federal data shows nearly 3,000 encounters in the Rio Grande Valley sector between last October and August. The surge of migrants has strained federal and state resources and fueled concerns in cities nationwide. And guys, I don't know about you, but I was a little chilly this morning.
I was too. Noah, what's it look like outside?
Yeah, guys, well, we did see a chilly morning, but we did heat up this afternoon. So let's go and take a look at those current weather conditions. Just right outside, if we want to roll that webcam just right above Milton Hall here at New Mexico State University, you can see that sun is starting to set. Those orange colors are starting to come through. We're starting to see that glimpse of fall, which is finally ending our very hot summer here in the borderlands. We want to take a look at those current conditions just right outside. Mostly sunny skies currently. 85 degrees is still that temperature, so we're still on the warmer side. Winds blowing out of the desert south-southwest at around 4 miles per hour. Humidity very low at 17%, dew point at 35 degrees, and the barometer at 30.16. Now, as for the conditions that we did see today, we were a couple of ticks above average at 86 degrees today. Typically what we see is 82. It's not as hot, which I guess is kind of a win in our book. This morning we did see a record of a low of around 58 degrees. Back in 2000, temperatures topping out right around 94 degrees. 1961, temperatures at 36. Very extreme end, so we didn't touch those temperatures today. And we did not see any rainfall, so we are currently keeping that rain total at 4.92 inches. Now, Jenny, coming up in the middle of the show, we'll take a look at that regional forecast and a temperature drop for this weekend. That's all coming up.
Thanks, Noah. Looking forward to that. You wouldn't think that members of ROTC would need a career day. After all, once they sign up for the military, they're sure to have a job. But today, they did have a career day, and it started with a bang. News 22's Maddie Vollmer reports.
ROTC cadets crowded around the HH-60 Whiskey helicopter that landed on the Pride Field on the NMSU campus. It was the main attraction at the ROTC Career Day, a time where cadets have a chance to pick the brains of the pilot and other professionals already in the active force.
Primary reason being that the Air Force has split its pilot training pipelines so that it starts with either doing fixed wing or doing rotary wing and then not being able to cross between the two afterwards. Because the Air Force has so few helicopters, we're trying to get word out, let people know that this is an option if you wanted to come and fly.
NMSU Student Air Force ROTC is out here learning about helicopter trainings from Kirkland Air Force Base in Albuquerque, New Mexico. Major Palmer tells me it's another day in the life.
A lot of the times, a flight day ends up being between 10 and 12 hours. And then when you're not flying, you have an additional duty, a job that you have to do in the squadron to keep everything working. It's because you've made it through a program, you have a wings, like you're an aviator now. Generally, it's a more relaxed environment and a more of a kind of a graduate programs.
Not only were ROTC students able to learn more about helicopters, but other NMSU students were able to as well.
This kind of helicopter only in like the movies, like US war movies, things like that. I mean, it's pretty cool to see like this big helicopter in the campus.
And it's probably not the last time. Air Force ROTC is planning more career days for the future. Maddie Vollmer, News 22.
And stay tuned. Noah will be back with your national weather forecast.
And later, weight loss drugs might cause some issues. More on that when News 22 continues.
And welcome back, everyone. You're watching News 22 Thursday,
where news matters.
And Vic, we had some really weird weather earlier this week.
Yes, we did. Noah, what does the rest of the regional weather look like?
Well, Vic and Jenny, we're staying quiet here in the borderland region, which is kind of nice because we are starting to get those fall temperatures rolling into the area. If we want to zoom into this radar graphic here, we can see that Las Cruces, El Paso, Deming staying pretty dry tonight. We will continue to see those dry conditions as we move through the evening. So if you wanted some rain, I'm sorry to tell you that we will continue to see those dry conditions. You're looking at a live camera just in the northern part of the state in Red River. Temperatures right around the upper 60s, even trying to go down to those lower 60s as well. Very cool out there. Over in Silver City, temperatures hovering right around 71 degrees. You can see people starting to move about, enjoying those fall-like temperatures just right outside. And going to Ruidoso, we can see those temperatures starting at around 65 degrees, and we'll continue that cooling trend in that area for tonight. So we're finally welcoming those fall temperatures in the region. Taking a look at our next map of what we can expect around the United States for tonight, we can see the jet streams trying to bring those cooler temperatures across the lower 48. International Falls, 42 degrees. If we go over to Manoy, 34 degrees as well. Returning down to the desert southwest at around El Paso, 64 degrees is that forecast low for tonight. And over in Phoenix, a low at around 72 degrees. Taking a look at our next map, we can see if we want to take a look, just a couple of days ago, this was taken actually by one of our anchors here at News 22, Jennifer Hazlett. She caught this image just right outside. So if you have any of those weather pictures that you would like for us to feature, you can see that beautiful rainbow out there. Make sure to send them to us on X and Twitter at NMSU News 22. Now don't go anywhere, because after the break, we'll take a look at those New Mexico regional temperatures and what you can expect in the coming days. Well, welcome back to News 22 Thursday. Let's go and take a look at some of those temperatures around the state of New Mexico. 75 degrees over in the state capital of Santa Fe. Returning down to Ruidoso, beautiful 70 degrees. 84 degrees here is the temperature in Las Cruces, and over in Deming, a temperature of 85. Taking a look into tomorrow, those temperatures will stay pretty much consistent across the entire region. 80 in Albuquerque, returning down to 71 degrees over in Ruidoso. Here in Las Cruces, once again, 84 degrees is that temperature, and in Deming, once again, at 85. Now in the neighboring city of Alamogordo tonight, those temperatures will be right around the low 50s tonight, clear skies. Tomorrow we'll heat it up to 81 degrees with those sunny conditions. Moving over to the city of Truth or Consequences, clear skies once again in that city. 54 degrees will be that low tonight, 83 and those sunny skies for tomorrow. Over in Silver City, very cool tonight, 51 degrees. You may need that jacket if you're heading up to the mountains. 77 tomorrow with those partly cloudy skies. Over here in the city of Las Cruces, beautiful conditions, 54 degrees tonight. May want to take your sweater if you are going out this evening. 84 degrees will be that temperature for tomorrow. Now don't go anywhere, because at the end of the show, we'll take a look at that 5-day forecast and what you can expect for your weekend.
Thanks, Noah. Get ready to see a solar eclipse that won't appear again until 2046. It's called the Ring of Fire because it's when the moon is in front of the sun. That creates a circle of light with darkness in the middle. NASA says it will be visible in all continental states, including Alaska. It'll start just after noon Eastern time on October 14th and last a few minutes in each location. And we are coming off another Aggie win last night. Jose Munoz is next with sports.
Thanks, Jenny. Coming up in sports, the Aggies playing on a Wednesday. You could toss that remote because News 22 Sports is next.
This is KRWG-TV News 22 Sports.
Welcome back. I'm Jose Munoz, and let's talk sports. The NMSU football started a new era after hosting its first ever Wednesday game against a Conference USA team. This is the first time the Aggies play on the weeknight, and it did not disappoint. The Aggies taking a 34-17 win over the FIU Panthers. Most of the game was close, but when the fourth quarter came around, the Aggies went into second gear, outscoring FIU by 17, with performances from Diego Pavia with 2 touchdowns and the defense in the second half forcing 2 picks. You can catch the Aggies next week at home against Sam Houston with kickoff at 7 p.m. or on CBS Sports Network. The NMSU volleyball looks to continue their dominance this season after bouncing back in a thriller against UTEP. The Aggies look for revenge after Tuesday's 5-set loss by winning the first 2 sets last night. The Miners would win the next 2 sets once again, pushing the Aggies to 5 sets. NMSU would prevail in the 5th set, winning 15-12 with star performance by Mari Sharp. Sharp ended with a career-high 19 kills, 4 blocks, and an ace, moving the Aggies to 5-1 in conference play. The Aggies are hitting the road this weekend to play Liberty on Saturday at 4 and Sunday at 11. You can catch the match on ESPN+. The NMSU soccer is off to a hot start in conference play, staying on the road and undefeated. The Aggies' recent win against Liberty 2-0 keeps them in first place of the conference and the Flames to the third. As two Aggies, Loma McNeeson and Megan Ormson, have earned Offensive and Defensive Player of the Year of the award. This marks the first time in program history that Aggies were selected for both awards. The Aggies are on the road to play Jacksonville State on Sunday starting at noon, and you can catch the match on ESPN+. NMSU golf legend Herb Wembley has recently been inducted to the PGA American Hall of Fame. Wembley was a golf head coach at NMSU for 31 years, expanding golf here at NMSU and in the Southwest as a whole. During his career, he was named Coach of the Year 6 times by the Missouri Valley and Big West conferences. A milestone was bringing in the Professional Golf Management Program in 1987. A ceremony is set for November 8th at the annual PGA meeting in Frisco, Texas. And that's for all sports tonight. Join us for more sports next week. Still ahead on News 22, Noah will be back at your 5-day forecast.
Now let's take a look at our top stories.
The Biden administration is planning more construction on the border wall, and to do it, they would have to waive more than 24 laws.
Well, Jenny, let's go and take a look at that 5-day forecast. We are expecting a temperature drop to come into Las Cruces. Your Saturday, 79 degrees, very beautiful conditions. Lows in the upper or in the low 50s. So, Jenny, I know you were excited to finally bring in those flannels, so we can finally do that.
I'm really excited for sweater weather, Noah.
Me too. Me too.
And that's all for News 22 Thursday. Thank you, everyone, for joining us tonight.
Go the other way around.
This news brief in Español is brought to you by Noticias 22, Spanish language news for southern New Mexico and West Texas. Noticias 22.
Buenas tardes, les saluda Zaira Sánchez con las breves de hoy en Noticias 22. Después de un enfrentamiento complicado, murió un hombre de 42 años y un motociclista sufrió heridas graves. El pasado viernes por la noche, la policía de Las Cruces tuvo conocimiento de incidentes en dos lugares distintos. El altercado empezó en Blitz Sports Bar en la calle Idaho. El vehículo que llevaba a la víctima se puso en contacto con la policía buscando asistencia para la víctima de disparo identificada como Tony Pérez. Acordando con la policía, la altercación siguió en la intersección de la avenida Idaho y Main Street. Los investigadores determinaron que el motociclista sacó una pistola y disparó al menos una bala que alcanzó a Pérez. La policía se enteró de que el motociclista fue golpeado por una sedán de color oscuro que viajaba hacia el oeste por la avenida Idaho. Tras golpear al motociclista, el conductor de la sedán se dio a la fuga. La policía no ha identificado al motociclista. Él fue trasladado a un hospital local con múltiples lesiones que no parecen poner en peligro su vida. La policía está intentando identificar al conductor del sedán de color oscuro y localizar el vehículo. Cualquier persona con información que pueda ayudar a identificar al conductor del sedán de color oscuro o la ubicación del vehículo se le pide que llame a la policía al 575-526-0795. Hoy la leyenda de golf de NMSU, Herb Wembley, ingresó al Salón de la Fama de la Asociación de Golfistas Profesionales de América. Eso fue todo por mi parte. Gracias por acompañarnos. Bonita noche.